Today is day 25 since I started this YouTube weight loss journey, and I decided that instead of waiting another 5 days to do weigh-ins every 10 days, I would weigh myself today because I wanted to see if there was any damage from having those 2 bad days this week. But actually I've lost another pound and another 0.4% body fat, so still good news. It just means that moving forward, if I keep up the effort as I intend to, then I should continue doing well. So that's my update. I've got my bananas for breakfast, and maybe I'll see you later with something else. Bye for now. So I thought it might be a nice idea to do the fall tag that's going around on YouTube at the moment. So if anyone else wants to answer the questions, feel free to do that as well. So last year I went to a Halloween party with sort of an acquaintance. It was someone that my friend had introduced me to, and she ended up inviting me to go to her Halloween party. So when I went, I wore this. Which is a little skeleton jumper, and I also wore these little spiderweb earrings. So I don't really know what counts as a fall food, but I really like sweet potatoes, so I think that probably counts, and butternut squash, that sort of thing, or like a really hearty soup. I think that would probably be my favourite, with some good bread. Well, I used to watch Simpsons Treehouse of Horror every year on Halloween. We have a channel called Channel 4 that plays The Simpsons every single day, and for some reason last year on Halloween they didn't play a Treehouse of Horror, and I was really disappointed, but that used to be one of my traditions. One of the other things I used to do when 2 of my friends used to live quite close by is that on Halloween I would go over to their house in the evening and we'd watch a new horror movie that none of us had seen before. But since I've moved, the last couple of Halloweens have been a bit different, and I'm just playing it by ear now, see what happens. I guess the type of music I listen to doesn't really change. During this season, maybe a bit closer to Halloween, I start listening to like the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack, maybe the soundtrack to Haunted Mansion, but apart from that I'm pretty much listening to the same stuff. So I have 3 answers to this question. I would say I'd probably choose Cabin in the Woods to be my most favourite horror movie, just because it's got a really interesting twist in it, which I won't give away in case you haven't seen it, but it's very good. In terms of the more horror comedy type films, I really enjoyed Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. I think that was a really good one, and it sort of twists the whole genre on its head because there isn't really a bad guy involved, which if you watch the first 10 minutes, it becomes pretty clear that it's unlike any other horror movie you've ever seen. And the third one, I don't know if it actually counts as a horror movie, but I remember when I was a kid coming out of the cinema and just being like, wow, after watching it, and that's War of the Worlds. I don't know if I watched it again whether I would feel the same way, but I definitely enjoyed that one as a kid. I'd say this question's more aimed at an American audience. I haven't ever had pumpkin pie, I don't think, but it might be a nice idea to try and make that this year. If I carve out a pumpkin, then I can use the inside bits to maybe make a pumpkin pie. So that could be a nice idea. I might do that for a video, but we'll see. mean, once upon a time I would have said hot chocolate. I probably would say hot chocolate still, but it's very hard to find a good one that doesn't involve using real milk, so... Plus I prefer white chocolate anyway. Nope. Don't like coffee. No. I'd probably have to say that it's New Year's Eve, because it just feels like a very special day and like everyone's coming together for this moment in time. And it just feels like there's a real sense of community wherever you are when it's New Year's Eve. I have no idea, this is the first time I've lived in this town for a fall season or a Halloween season, so I guess I'll have to wait and see. But there are a lot of trees around, so hopefully it will be all of the pretty colours in the trees. You don't really have them here. I'd like to go to one if they do exist, but I'm pretty sure that it'll just be popping up to the supermarket to get a pumpkin this year. I do, and I plan to do it this year. Alongside maybe that pumpkin pie that I promised. Maybe like deep red or like burnt orange. I always associate those colours with this time of year. So yeah, they're probably my favourite colours of this time period. I don't really have one, but I really like going into a forest and being surrounded by really tall trees where they just disappear into the sky when you look up at them. So, redwood maybe? I'm a bit of a scaredy cat when it comes to like haunted houses and things like that, so day to day I would probably choose a corn maze over a haunted maze. But I think haunted mazes are more fun with friends. Gloves probably, because you can do more things wearing them, but I don't really wear either. Maybe Florida or California, somewhere like that, where they have Disney parks and they properly celebrate Halloween. That might be nice. Okay, well that was the fall tag. Feel free to answer all the questions yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye!